Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this fuzzy JPEG, and they need it to be exact, with the exception they don't want the black. And it is so fuzzy, they just want white and blue. It's so fuzzy it will not trace. So in this case, this is what I do. Let me nudge this out of the way. I'm going to take this image, and you can see it's a bitmap or a RGB. So I'm going to take my transparency tool. Your transparency sometimes doesn't show up, but it's always directly below, and make it pretty light. Now I'm going to take and put P and put it in the center of the page, with the exception that it's not going to go in the center. I don't know what that did. I must have hit my interactive fill tool. I need to move because I need somewhere to rotate from. So I'm just going to take my index, well, you could take either that or the indexing line. So let's grab an indexing line. You can see it turn red. And I'm going to move it about as close as I can get to the center. Now I'm going to grab this one, and it turned red. And I'm going to go over here. Somehow I must have grabbed the picture again. You could actually lock that picture and bring it in and kind of get it where it's going to be equal distance from everything. This line here could maybe nudge. Let me set this is a lot easier to 0.01 to nudge it real slightly. Well, now I'm nudging the picture, but that'll work. As long as I'm in the center with my lines. Now what I'm going to do, because we made it transparent, and this would be pretty easy to freehand draw, but I'm going to use the 2-point line and the 3-point curve line. So I'm going to get my straight lines first, and I'm just clicking. And then on this one, I'm going to grab the node and click. Now the other two lines are curved, so I'm going to get my 3-point curve line. I'm going to make sure I go to the node and just kind of bring it up. And because it's transparent, I can very easily see that it's about the right shape. Now what we're going to do, I'm confident that it's not going to leak because I hit node to node, but I'm still going to put a rectangle around it. And I'm going to fill it in with that blue, and I'm going to nudge it. Well, I'm going to change my nudge distance. Let's say 2 inches. And I'm going to nudge this out of the way 3 times. Just remember 3. Now I'm going to get rid of my lines, and I'm going to nudge my picture out of the way 3 times or more. So now I'm going to nudge this back 3 times. I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate, and then I'm going to move the center rotation to that center between the lines. And there's 5 of them, so we're going to go 72 degrees. Control D, Control D, Control D. I think I'm pretty close. Take away our indexing line. Let's go ahead and, let's tell you what we'll do first. We'll go ahead and get a box, and we'll make it that blue. If we bring the transparency back, you can see how it distorts the color. It's that blue. So I'm going to get my Smart Fill tool. I've already got it set on that blue, but if I didn't have it set on that blue, I'd get a sample and fill it in. Now what I'm going to do is and I'm actually going to turn all these white, but I'm going to go ahead and group them. And now I can bring this box over. Nothing's happened because I created the other white objects last. So now I'm going to go to object order, back a page. And you can see that it's real identical to the original. I mean, I think it's dead on even the colors. Now, if he would have wanted that black, you could do a shadow, or you could do the outline in black. So let's just do that just for those. So let's take this one. Now I grouped them together. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to put an outline. Well, am I? let's see what might be the best thing to do. Let's, you don't have to hit your calculator. Let's take this and let's ungroup it. Now let's select all these and put a boundary around it. Okay. We're going to make our boundary more than a half a point. But we're going to go to, well, I can't tell, you know, the picture is blurry. So you could leave it like that. We could bring this that way, put an outline around it, but it didn't have to do that. You can see now the outline around it, but I think it would be kind of cool to be blurry. And because it's kind of all one group, we can go to Effects, Blur, and Gaussian Blur, which I use 99% of the time. We're just going to blur it just a little bit. Let's say okay, and then look at it. Yep, that's perfect. And then put it back. I'm just nudging. And sometimes it actually slows down my computer because it's a blur. I'm hitting the arrow keys. It's just not, I shouldn't have moved it. So your computer, your laptop might not have this problem, but I need to have mine cleaned up. And I'm one of those side people get impatient, and I'm going to hit it too many times, and then it's going to go too far. This is one of those times I wish I would have just stopped where I was at. So now you have that fuzzy. I think it looks more like the original, but the whole thing's fuzzy, so I can't say what's what. So he doesn't have to do that if he don't want to. But that's a pretty cool effect. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.